Well, about the star. I realized recently that this world is crazy. I always had that sneaking suspicion, that dollop of paranoia gnawing at me that things are off. I thought once I left the stronghold, got away from the constant awkwardness and unbelonging, that I would find who I'm meant to be. I suppose I did. I'm just not what I expected. In the turning of a single day, I left the safety of Dushnik and was attacked twice within the sight of its gates. I watched a woman stabbed in the middle of the Markarth market. I uncovered a cannibal cult and was tortured by a Daedric prince into committing murder. And the worst part is, for the first time, I felt the battle rage of my people overtake me, and I loved it. I spent that evening cleaning the Vigilant's body and sneaking it into the House of the Dead. I took his clothes, his gold, and my guilt with me to Solitude and the Bard's College. I don't recall the trek through the forests and highlands of Skyrim, but I recall the cold and rain as I approached the city's massive gates. Solitude lived up to its namesake for me. The Bard's College turned me down. You know their admissions exam is to loot a verse from an ancient tomb, and thankfully someone had come through recently and found the only one they needed. Woo! Arrow dodged. So, I spent my days foraging foliage for food, and my evenings using every ounce of my concentration to sneak around the college library looking for a copy of the first volume of The Lusty Argonian Maid. I never did find one. I found other things, though. Songs, histories, and tales of all kinds. But it seemed to me that every other book I leafed through mentioned Daedra. I learned of my torturer, Molag Bal, of Namira, Mistress of Decay, of the host of princes, and of their boons, and of their ire. And then one night, I met a beggar. He was a madman in service to a mad god, and asked that I retrieve his master. Whether it was fate or foolishness, or the copious amounts of toxic flowers I had been eating, I said yes. I was whisked into a waking dream to meet the Prince of Madness, Sheogorath, and came away the better for it. In his caprice, he gave me a threefold lesson in the nurturing of confidence, the usefulness and treachery of dreams, and the illusion of safety. Also, Wabbajack! And after my encounter, I was overcome with the manic joy of wabbajacking. Until I realized the weapon's limitation here in Tamriel. Its power isn't limitless here as it was in my time with Sheogorath. I needed to learn to recharge and cultivate the staff's power as well as my own. I recalled that an innkeeper had told me of a different college, a wizard's college, and I journeyed across Skyrim and turned north for Winterhold. As I trudged through the snowfields and mountain passes, I felt a pull to the peak where we now stand. You told me my coming was prophesied, and I laughed in your face. Sorry about that. I just couldn't handle the complete absurdity of being chosen by another Daedra until I recalled the lessons of Sheogorath and thought, fuck it, why not? I decided to take you up on your offer of prophecy and set out to restore Azura's star. I made it to Winterhold College and was delighted to learn that their entrance exam actually makes sense. It amounted to, demonstrate your ability to cast a spell. Good work, you're in. Don't harm the books and try really hard not to hurt anyone. Have fun. After a few weeks of training my illusion work and enchanting skills, I set out to find the star. And thanks to your cryptic tip, I learned from an elf in the Frozen Hearth Tavern where the star had been hidden. I made my way through a drowned castle to find... The star was the centerpiece piece of a grisly scene. I saw a great many people sacrificed in the hopes of using this artifact's power. I had plenty of time to consider my plans for after I performed the cleansing ritual while I carried the star back here. After being sucked into the star during the cleansing ritual, I am certain I'm going to collect every relic of the Daedra that I can. Which is the long way of saying that I'm taking Azura's star. If it makes you feel better, she said I can. So, yeah. What are you going to do now?
While you were in the star, Azura gave me a vision. Her last, she said. I have never been without Azura's foresight since escaping Morrowind. I don't know what to do. If you need me, I'd be honored to accompany you, Guardian of the Star. It would give me a purpose.
Awesome. Let's get going.